My story's a little different than what you'll usually hear about, someone who gets started in real estate. But just the brief version of it is, um, I was trying to day trade penny stocks. There came a time in my life. This was while I was in college, working on a degree that I never planned on using. I just
Like
wanted to
most
be
of
the
us.
first in my family to get one. So my parents didn't get a degree. So I decided kind of last minute graduating high school that, you know what, I'm either going to do this or I'm not. I decided to do it. So I followed through. But the last thing I want to do is get that degree and go work and get a job with it. So I didn't really know what I was going to do next. I knew I was entrepreneurial, but I got into trading. Got that bug really into the stock market and really fascinated by it. And, adding to that fascination is when you start making some money on some trades and then it gets to you and you really think you know what you're doing. But I went through that cycle and come to find out I had no idea what I was doing. Ended up worse off than when I started after a few months. And, really was seeking out someone to show me the way, the path forward. And, through that, I came across my mentor online, someone by the name of Josh Answers, who I believe you guys are familiar with as well. But, that's how I started to learn more about how to properly go about the stock market. But even more so than that, it very unexpectedly for me led to me getting into real estate because, he got me on a call about real estate at one point, with several others that wanted to hear more about it. And before we know it, we're on a call with Lending Tips, who I believe was on your show as well at one point. And he's laying down just the basic stuff I never even heard about, like how does one go about getting started in real estate? And then from there, some of the different ways you could get started. And one of those ways that he shared that stood out to me was getting a real estate license.
Hmm.
And so, once he explained, hey, here's how you do this, how you start the process, how you get a license, and here's how you get paid with a license. That was all new information for me. I had no idea how that worked, how commissions worked, but he explained it and it clicked to me. I'm like, wow, this is an opportunity that I can effectively get started in real estate, learn the industry, and get paid to learn it. Because when you close a deal, you're getting that result. And so, at that time in my life, it was kind of the opposite of what I was used to. I was used to paying tuition to learn something I never planned on using. Here was a scenario where I could dive into something, and as I'm learning it, eventually get paid a commission. So effectively get paid to learn something that I could very well practically use moving forward in my life, because I saw real estate, even when I knew very little, real next to nothing about real estate, I saw it as something I would eventually get into. I figured longer term, I wanted to be financially successful, and I saw just an observation that vast majority of the people out there that are financially successful either did so through real estate or have something going on in real estate. So I figured at some point along the way, I'm going to be doing something in real estate.